Hello, welcome to the Markjonaut Show, the cybersecurity show. In this video, I'm going to talk about paranoia.com. It has some disturbing images, cult-like things. I'm going to talk about the story of it, and this is a online documentary because you guys like the Schoolboy 9. So let's kick it off with this. So KevinTX appears to be the online handle or pseudonym of the person who originally owned and operated the controversial website paranoia.com in the 1990s. So KevinTX was the owner, right? He was the operator of paranoia.com. And it was around the mid-1990s, he used a P.O. box in Texas to receive payments from users who wanted to host content on the paranoia.com server. So, the way he, I guess funded it was, because it was initially a setup at first, right? So, the way he funded it was, he provided all of the initial equipment for the website himself. Like that's how he started the website off. He financially supported the system's cost at a personal loss because he felt strongly about, this platform, paranoia.com. So he didn't have any help from outside investors, things of that nature. He did it himself. Paranoia.com was run as a not-for-profit venture with KevinTX covering the expenses out of his own pocket. He described his support of the project as being done in finances and time at a personal loss. So KevinTX's commitment to the ideals behind Paranoia.com led him to fund it despite the financial strain, as he believed in providing low-cost internet access and hosting to people who might not otherwise have had an online presence. Now, this personal investment and financial support from KevinTX allowed Paranoia.com to operate as a free speech platform and host content for hundreds of users throughout the 1990s, even though it was not a profitable venture for him personally. So you got this piggybacks, and we're going to get into why he created it, right? So he created it, in 1995 with the goal of establishing a free speech platform on the early internet. So that potentially leads to dangers, guys. For people or hackers that fund their own websites, whatever the case may be, it can lead to some situations like this. So, to provide a space for uncensored expression, KevinTX wanted to create a platform where users could speak freely without fear of censorship from governments, universities, or major companies. He also wanted to empower internet users. He aimed to give people who wouldn't, otherwise have access to internet at a low-cost way to have an online presence and voice. And he wanted to foster an online community, right? KevinTX expressed dissatisfaction in watching an idealistic dream turned into reality as the site grew and attracted many users. If you like this video so far, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and the like button. If you like this video so far, if you like the information, please hit that subscribe button and the like button. So to support open access, he personally provided the initial equipment and financially supported the system at a loss, right? He believed strongly in this platform. He also created a repository for diverse content, right? The site allowed hundreds of users to host their own web pages on a wide range of topics, from harmless eccentricities, right? Eccentricities to more controversial subjects, right? He saw it as an experiment in online free speech and community building during the early days of the World Wide Web, when such, platforms were still relatively novel, right? So what kind of content did Paranoia.com host? Right, Paranoia.com hosted a wide range of controversial and unconventional content during its operation in the 1990s. Now, here are some of the specific examples of, what was on Paranoia.com. You have conspiracy theories, you had cult topics, evil cult topics, you have electronic store homepages, you had disturbing content related to, children images, nasty children images, if you know what I mean. There was drug information. There were discussions about euthanasia and suicide. There was television piracy information, bizarre images, mind control theories, and it functioned as a repository for hundreds of users to host strange and abrasive web pages on the servers provided by the site's founder, KevinTX. So the uncensored nature of paranoia.com made it a controversial platform, attracting attention for its electric mix of content that was pushed, it pushed the boundaries, guys. It pushed the boundaries of what was typically allowed online in the mid 1990s. So while some of the content was benign, other pages dealt with illegal activities or morally questionable subjects, contributing to the site's reputation as an underground part of the early internet. Now, obviously, with this kinds of things going on, it shut down. And what led to the shutdown of paranoia.com was, it was more towards the late 1990s, and it was for various reasons. Number one, it was, they had server issues. The site faced increasingly technical difficulties as it grew in popularity and content volume. There was bandwidth limitations, right? A message on the site in 1998 indicated that their bandwidth had been reduced, making it difficult to keep the server operational. You had management challenges. The project reportedly became too much for KevinTX, the founder, to handle it, as it was expanding. There was content relocation. By the summer of 1998, most of the pages hosted on paranoia.com have, been removed to other locations. There were financial strains, right? He funded it by himself. So KevinTX had been personally providing the equipment and financially supporting the system at a loss, which likely became unsustainable over time. In April 1999, a message on the site stated, "Unfortunately, www.paranoia.com is no more. All but one of the pages have been moved since, at least the summer of 1998. This message remained for nearly 2 years, marking the end of paranoia.com as it, was originally known. The shutdown process appears to have been gradual, with the site first posting warnings about reduced bandwidth and encouraging users to find new locations for their content. So, before eventually ceasing operations completely after its closure, the domain went, through several transitions, including briefly hosting a French website called Excite before ultimately being acquired by Disney. Now, why do you think that this site was acquired by Disney in the first place? I don't know. Please let me know in the comment section below. So, what happened to KevinTX right after paranoia.com shut down? We can infer that KevinTX likely stepped away from managing large-scale web projects as the paranoia.com venture reportedly became too much for Kevin to handle. By the late 1990s, he appears to have maintained some presence in online communities, at least for a while. There was mention of Kevin's admiration for Poppy Z. Bright being reciprocated, as she mentioned both him and Paranoia on her website in 1997 and 1998. The lack of prominent, mentions of KevinTX in later years suggests that he may have chosen to maintain a lower online profile after the controversial nature of paranoia.com. So, without, more specific information, it's difficult to say definitively, right, what path KevinTX took after paranoia.com shut down. His subsequent activities and current status remain largely unknown. Now, when we look at it from that perspective, it's very, I don't know. I think that's kind of when you fund a website and it doesn't have any ties to large institutions, things of that nature. I think that presents a huge danger, and that might be one of the reasons why the dark web has its section of criminalities and things of that nature, because look at the range and the things that can be done when you fund. It's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, because no one could tell them stop doing that. So let me know your thoughts about this story in the comment section below. Please, if you like this story, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. If you like this story, if you want more stories like this, please hit that subscribe button and the like button. I appreciate your viewership. Stay safe and see you in the next video.